Welcome to another episode where we dive deep into the latest in recruitment strategies, AI innovations, and HR solutions. If you're looking to elevate your hiring game and stay ahead in the ever-evolving world of talent acquisition, you're in the right place. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe so you never miss an episode filled with insights, expert interviews, and actionable tips to transform your recruitment approach. Stay tuned for exclusive content designed to make your hiring process smarter, faster, and more effective.
Okay, so let's dive into something I think we've all experienced, right? Like the job application process.
Oh, yeah.
All the forms and the tech headaches and just the waiting and waiting.
Mm.
It's enough to make you just want to give up.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? Like, it's such a crucial thing for both sides.
Yeah.
Both for the job seeker and for the companies.
Right.
And it's just universally kind of a...
Broken.
Yeah, it's broken. And the hidden costs of that for everyone involved are huge.
Yeah, for sure. So let's break it down a little bit. First we have form fatigue.
Yeah.
Like every application wants your whole life story like 2 times. You meticulously fill out one form, and then the next one wants all the same information again.
Right.
It just makes you feel like a cog in the machine.
Yeah, yeah. And I
Right
think a lot of people are feeling that way. And it's because these small annoyances, like you're saying, they add up.
Right.
So you're really excited about the opportunity, and you spend all this time on your resume.
Right.
And then you start the application, and it's
awful, yeah.
it just sucks the life out of you.
And then there's the resume, parsing errors.
Oh, don't even get me started.
You upload your perfectly crafted resume, and it just gets spit back out as some mangled mess.
Right.
And you have to manually enter everything again.
Yeah. It's painful. And there are studies that show that this isn't just a minor inconvenience for a lot of people. A lot of people just give up because of this.
Right. And it's 2024. Like, technology is supposed to be making things easier, not harder.
Exactly.
And then applying on your phone.
Oh, please.
Awful, clunky, tiny little text boxes.
It's like navigating a maze blindfolded.
I know. It's the worst.
Especially when you consider how many people use their smartphones for everything now.
Exactly.
It's a huge oversight.
It is. And then the radio silence after you hit submit.
Yeah.
Just waiting and waiting, and you have no idea what's going on.
Just crickets. And I think that silence, right, it says something, it feeds into that feeling of being devalued as a candidate, which impacts how they view the company.
For sure. So we've established that these small annoyances actually add up to a massive problem.
Yeah.
So what's the solution? Are we doomed to suffer through this forever?
I don't think so. I mean, there are a few different approaches that people are using.
Okay.
Some companies are focusing on the user experience side, right?
Okay.
Streamlining the forms, making them mobile friendly, just generally making the whole process better.
Yeah, that sounds promising. What else is being done?
Well, and this is where it gets really interesting, I think. Some companies are actually using AI to transform the entire application process, like from the ground up. One example of this is a company called Profilytic.
Okay.
And they're using AI to change how candidates showcase their skills and connect with employers.
Okay, now I'm intrigued. Tell me more. How are they using AI to do this?
So one of the key features is something called AI-powered resume parsing.
Okay. And that's where they use NLP, natural language processing models.
So hold on, NLP. Break that down for me.
Yeah, so NLP is a branch of AI, and it's all about teaching computers to understand human language.
Okay.
And so in this case, they're using NLP models to read and understand your resume, just like a human recruiter would.
Wow. So instead of us manually typing everything in, the AI can just get it from the resume.
Exactly. Saves you a ton of time, eliminates errors.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But what about like skills matching, right?
Yeah, so AI can definitely help with that too.
Yeah.
Profilytic uses a skills-based scoring system that goes way beyond just keyword matching.
Okay, how does that work?
So their AI analyzes your skills, your experience, and compares them to what the job actually needs.
Okay.
Takes into account your level of expertise, relevance to the industry.
Wow.
Even stuff that you might not have put on your resume.
So it's not just looking for keywords, it's actually understanding
what my skills are and how they relate.
Exactly. It's much more nuanced.
That's really impressive. And it seems like it would help to avoid some bias, too.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of the big advantages of focusing on skills.
Okay.
With traditional resume screening, it can be really subjective. Like, where'd you go to school? What were your previous jobs?
Yeah.
That can hurt people who maybe didn't have those opportunities.
Right. But they might have the skills to do the job.
Exactly. It's like judging a book by its cover.
Right.
But with skills-based scoring, you get a much clearer picture.
I love that. It's fair for candidates.
Right.
And it helps companies find the best people.
Exactly.
Okay, so you said they were focusing on user experience.
Right.
What about, like, mobile? Have they tackled that, too?
Oh, yeah. They have really user-friendly application pages.
Okay.
Whether you're on your desktop or your phone, it's super streamlined.
That's great. And the radio silence? Have they figured that out?
Yes. They've got these automated status updates.
Yep.
So you're not left wondering what's happening. It's about treating the candidate with respect.
I love it. So this all sounds amazing, but why haven't more companies adopted these features?
Yeah, you'd think, right?
Yeah.
It seems like a no-brainer, but there are a few reasons.
Okay, what are the roadblocks?
Well, one of the big ones is legacy systems.
Okay.
A lot of these older job boards, they have these outdated systems that are really hard to update. It's like trying to, I don't know, renovate a 100-year-old house.
Oh, I see. So they're kind of stuck.
Yeah, they're kind of stuck in the past.
All companies like Profilytic are like forging ahead.
Exactly.
Okay, what else?
Another big one is just the focus is often on the recruiter.
Right.
So these traditional platforms, they're trying to make things easy for the companies, even if that means it's a bad experience.
Right. So it's kind of a win-lose.
Yeah, exactly.
For the candidate.
But with this new approach, it seems like everyone wins. The candidates get a good experience, and the companies get a better pool of candidates.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Exactly.
So it really sounds like AI is changing the game.
For sure.
So how does AI help with this?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting, I think. By focusing on skills and experience instead, these AI platforms like Profilytic, they kind of level the playing field.
Okay.
You know, you're not being judged on these subjective things that might not even be relevant to whether you can actually do the job.
So it's about taking the human bias out of it.
Exactly.
And letting the data speak for itself.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And it helps both sides, right? It's fairer for the candidates.
Right.
And the employers don't miss out on great people.
I had no idea that so much went into this.
Right. It's a whole world.
Yeah, like a whole world behind these job applications.
Yeah. And it's changing so fast.
It is. So before we wrap things up,
yeah,
what are some of the key takeaways for our listeners?
I think the biggest one is that job applications don't have to be this awful experience.
Okay.
There are companies out there trying to make it better. Like Profilytic, they're making it more efficient, fairer, and I'd even say enjoyable.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point. You deserve to be treated with respect.
Absolutely.
During this process.
Yeah.
And for any employers listening, I think it's worth asking yourself, is your application process actually candidate-friendly?
Right.
Are you scaring people away before you even get a chance to talk to them?
Those are great questions.
I think you had one more question, though, for our listeners, didn't you?
I did. So if AI can make hiring better, what else can it do? Think about your own job, your own industry. Where could AI make a positive impact?
That's a great question.
It's a really exciting time, I think.
It is.
There's so much potential.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we'll wrap up this deep dive into the world of job applications.
That was good.
And AI and how it's shaping the future of work. Thanks so much for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
So to all of our listeners out there, you know, especially if you're going through it right now, battling the job application beast, don't give up hope. We've all been there.
We get it.
But the future of job hunting doesn't have to be this awful.
Right. It doesn't have to be this way.
This soul-crushing thing.
There's a real shift happening, I think, towards a more human-centered approach, and AI is a big part of that.
Yeah. It's like the cavalry has arrived with algorithms and, you know.
NLP to the rescue.
Exactly. Yeah. So what advice would you give to job seekers who are feeling overwhelmed?
I would say, you know, embrace these new AI-powered platforms.
Yeah.
Like Profilytic. They're really trying to make things better.
Right.
So don't be afraid to, you know, ditch the old job boards and try some of these new options.
Like trading in your old flip phone for a smartphone, right?
Exactly.
Nobody wants to do that.
Nobody wants to go back.
And you deserve a process that respects your time.
Absolutely.
And your talent. So do your research. Find the tools that work for you. And while you're doing that, keep that question in mind that we talked about.
Yeah, how else can AI make work better?
Yeah, because this is just the beginning.
It is. The possibilities are limitless.
They are. Well, I think that's about it for our deep dive into the world of job applications
Yeah,
and AI and how it's, changing everything.
it's been fun.
It has been. Thank you so much for joining us.
It was my pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep believing in the power of technology to create a better future of work for everyone.
Profilytic is revolutionizing recruitment with next-gen software solutions for companies. But we're not stopping there. We're enhancing the candidate experience with high-quality, bug-free application pages, real-time status notifications, and a supportive job board portal, designed to make job searches smoother and more engaging. Profilytic redefining recruitment for everyone involved.
Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest episodes and exclusive content designed to enhance your recruitment strategies.